to ask you about Donald Trump's immigration policy, because when you ran, and subsequently you said that the way that Republicans talked about immigration was harmful to the party. Donald Trump is talking about deporting all undocumented workers here. What's that going to do for the party?
Well, I think, first of all, we have no idea what the effect of Trump will be over 6 months or a year, and how dramatically the messages will change. And he's now met with the head of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. He's about to meet with their board. You know,
you think he's softening?
Well, I think he's modulating. I think he's learning. The one thing I've always found to be true with Trump is, I think he learns faster than any other political figure I've known except Bill Clinton. And I think it's a big mistake to assume that the Donald Trump you saw yesterday is the Donald Trump you're going to see a month from now.
So where should he end up by your lights?
First of all, if you actually read the details of his plan, it's a touchback plan, which was fairly popular in 2007, and basically says, and most illegal immigrants would agree with this, basically says, you go back home, you file, and you come back in, you've now obeyed the law. And so he's not saying we're going to deport you permanently. I think there are lots of problems with it. We got off on in 2012, I don't believe in self-deportation. But I do think you could figure out ways to get much closer to that than people think. The reason Trump's having an impact, and I think the reason that Carson and Fiorina and Cruz are having an impact, and the four of them have to be seen as a team in a sense. They represent we're sick of all you regular guys. And I think it's because the American public has now been told, for example, Reagan's diary in 1986. He signs the immigration bill because we're going to control the border. Writes in his diary. 1986. Here we are 29 years later. And so the average American's gone, I just want somebody who's going to kick over the table, start a new game, and I don't care about the details.
So if there's a kick over the table mentality, how does Jeb Bush operate in such a place?
Look, I have a number of very good friends who are running, and I've thought a lot about if I were in their shoes. I don't know how you take this on. Because everybody said, well, President get down to Trump and somebody else. Yeah, right now it has. In Iowa, for example, it's Trump and it's Carson. Yeah. I mean, so explain, or South Carolina, it's Trump and Carson. Now, Kasich, to his credit, has cleverly focused his energy and his advertising in New Hampshire. So in New Hampshire it would be Trump and Kasich.
Mm-hmm. How would you, if you were running, how would you muscle in as somebody who's got that Washington?
I don't have a clue. I mean, and I don't say this lightly. I think about this every day. I think that there is a desire on the part of the American people, which I largely agree with, to profoundly change the current terms of American politics and government. And they want somebody, then they want them in different formats. I mean, they want calm, stable Dr. Carson. They want energetic CEO Carly Fiorina. They want aggressive, hard-charging Ted Cruz. Or they want bombastic, loud. But he's running on something nobody in this city understands. He's running on winning. Mm-hmm. That's the heart of the Trump model is, I will make us a winner again. Do you want to be a winner? If you'd like to be a winner, I'll make us a winner. And then people come up with all these policy questions, and he goes, how'd you like to win? And Americans out there go, I like winning. Winning sounds pretty good to me.
All right, well, we'll see if he actually does do it. Speaker Gingrich, thanks so much for being with us. We'll be back in a minute.